here has ever felt stressed out? Everyone? And where are my multitaskers? Yeah? Relentless to-do lists, 15 open tabs at all times? Now, what if I revealed that these lists and these tabs are stressing out your private parts? Is it weird? I'm talking about your private parts, and I haven't even introduced myself. Hi, I'm Dr. Darshana. I am a doctor of physical therapy and a board-certified pelvic health expert. I help people with a wide variety of pelvic problems, or also known as underwear problems. Some of the pelvic problems are on the outside and generally easier to discuss, like back pain, hip pain, tailbone pain. Some pelvic problems are on the inside, like urine leakage, constipation, painful sex, painful erection, testicular pain. For many of us, it's a little bit challenging to talk about these things. It's too private, it's intimate, and frankly, it's awkward. But these private bathroom problems that we don't talk about, and these embarrassing sex problems that we like to hide, they show up. They show up in all areas of our life. It affects how we live, it affects how we love, and it impacts how we perform at work. Today, get ready to go behind the scenes with me to see how our mind, our body, and our bottom are constantly talking to each other and with our world. These interactions shape our overall well-being. So let's connect the dots of your whole health, starting with the health of your holes. Go ahead, anybody who held back, go ahead. Feel free to chuckle, giggle, elbow your neighbor. It's all for shits and giggles. Until somebody actually shits when they giggle. Let me tell you about a frog I really, really care about. Look at it. It's cute, it's green, it sits on my desk, and reminds me every day why I do what I do. About 10 years ago, a woman named Rashi was referred to me by her gynecologist with a diagnosis of vaginismus. Vaginismus is a condition where pelvic muscles go into a strong spasm, making any insertion difficult, painful, sometimes impossible. Rashi was happily married, and intimacy was great outside the bedroom. But vaginismus was putting on a cramp in sexy time. It's like her body had built a fortress, and any attempt of penetration felt like hitting a wall. Her vagina felt like 1,000 little paper cuts. Ouch. And for years, Rashi struggled silently. Because when our bodies don't match up to what society thinks is acceptable, vulnerability hits hard. Anyone who's tried to squeeze into shapewear knows what I'm talking about. And if it's a body part you rather not discuss openly, it gets that much harder. Rashi knew something was not right, but it felt real uneasy to address it. You see, she was raised to be a perfect good girl. Even saying the word sex felt dirty. Between that undeniable stigma and the constant pressure to excel in life, it was too hard to ask for help. But her body wasn't having it. First it was constipation, then anal fissure, and then the agony of tailbone pain. Her bottom hurt so much, driving was a nightmare, and sitting in back-to-back work meetings, impossible. And she tried everything, from 1,000 different coccyx cushions, to ergonomic chairs, to death gripping the steering wheel in pain. Her body was screaming for help. And then one day, during a routine medical exam, unbearable vaginal pain brought her to tears, and Rashi knew it was time for some answers. Her doctor sent her to physical therapy, and that's how I met her. Like many of my patients, Rashi wasn't sure, what does a physical therapist have to do with down there problems? But you see, pelvic floor is a group of muscles. Think of it like your very own superhero undies helping you inside out. On the outside, these muscles work with our breathing muscles, our belly muscles, our butt muscles, so we can move without pain. And on the inside, these muscles are holding on to precious cargo: bladder, bowel, uterus, if you've got one. And doesn't matter if you have boy parts or girl parts, all of us have these muscles, and we need them. They help us have dry underwears, good poops, and mind-blowing orgasms. But wait, there's more. Just like us, our pelvic floor, total overachiever. It's not enough, it's holding on to all of our organs. It also holds on to our feelings and our emotions. Ever felt performance anxiety? Tummy rumbles, butterflies dancing around in your belly, and the sudden need to hit the loo? That is your pelvic floor, my friend. Feeling your nerves for you. Because the truth is, our mind cannot keep secrets from our bottom. Because whole health is whole health. You got it? Rashi had that same realization when the biopsychosocial model addressed both her muscle problems and her nervous system. The biopsychosocial model looks at not just the medical diagnosis, but the whole person and all of their life experiences with it. Because pain and emotions are inherently intertwined. And when you look at health with that lens, it's clearer than ever. One size does not and should not fit all. Rashi learned a lot of tools to help her tight muscles, but she also saw how her beliefs, her upbringing, her identity informed her health risk. How her back pain, her sex problems, and her anxiety was all connected. How race, religion, gender, relationship issues, job stress, money problems, they all played a role. Because deep influences of these societal forces is always at play. And we cannot solve pelvic pain, or any pain for that matter, without looking at that whole picture. 3 months later, Rashi drove to her last PT appointment, nearly 40 minutes, without needing any special cushion. She thanked me with this frog. The frog is super cute and I liked it, but what touched my heart was her teary eyes and the note. It said, "Those coccyx cushions made me feel like a frog lugging around a lily pad everywhere. I no longer have to sit like one." Reflecting on Rashi's journey, one can't help but feel lack of information is not the problem here. Lack of permission is the real problem. Societal norms often prevent women from taking action despite available health information. They're taught to hide their struggles and shoulder the bulk of household chores. And there's always this silent pressure to prioritize others. No wonder we're always stressed out. And it gets even worse for marginalized women. Painful sex is more common among religious women and women who are raised in traditionally strict households. Black women are 2 times more likely to feel painful sex, and they're also more likely to be neglected within the medical system even when they report it. Painful sex is reported in 33% women in Iran, 43% in Turkey, and 64% Indian women. This data tells us a clear story. Who we are and how we were raised impacts our health risk. This is not just a problem at home. It follows women at work too. high-stress jobs, lack of job security, lack of flexibility are factors that impact pelvic pain. It decreases productivity and it decreases quality of life. And with 57% of the women in workforce, there is a huge opportunity cost for ignoring that. Maybe it's modern-day sexism. Maybe it's our crazy schedules, or perhaps our very human desire to have it all. But many women today feel work-life balance is like walking a tightrope, in stilettos no less, while juggling our to-do lists. And all of that adds up to one big problem. Women aren't given permission to prioritize their health. And guess who's keeping the score in all of that hustle? Your mind, your body, and your bottom. At first glance, this may seem like a physical issue in your pelvis, but it's not just that. Over time, the nervous system gets involved. And when we feel stress or pain, muscles lock up to protect us. And that gives more pain. And just like that, what started as a problem in one body part has taken over your entire life. That is what is at stake here, your well-being. Women with chronic pelvic pain suffer tremendously. They're 3 times more likely to need medications, 4 times more likely to need gynecological procedures, and 5 times more likely to need a hysterectomy compared to women without pelvic pain. And it may seem like these issues are uncommon, but the data tells us otherwise. Worldwide, 1 out of every 5 women experience painful sex. That means 1 out of your 5 friends, cousins, or coworkers is silently struggling with this hidden pain. And you wouldn't know. Why would you? It's not like we can text our friends, yo, my vagina's trying to ruin my life again. So where do we go from here? We need individuals and institutions to take notice, and that starts with conversations like these. It's in conversations like these where we embrace underwear problems as an integral part of our overall health and give ourselves permission to take action. Because painful sex is not just a diagnosis, it's a distress message your body's sending that something deeper needs to be sorted. That is it. That's what you and I need to understand here today. And hopefully, tell our sisters, our daughters, our girlfriends, our work friends, anybody who'll listen. Your body is your only true home. It's time to work with it, not against it. It's time to make pelvic health mainstream. Because my friends, your whole health is your whole health.